Hi there, and welcome to this introductory course on English speaking or pronunciation. I'll start by going through some of the sounds of the English language. Start with the consonants here and the TH sounds. English must be famous for its TH sounds. There are two of them, actually, the dark one and the light one. The difference is the dark one has, you actually add some vibration to your throat area while you say them, while you do not do that for the light TH. So there's the difference between, for instance, if I just go directly to these word pairs, bathe and bath, bathe, bath, breathe, breath, okay? Breathe, th, and breath, th. Thing, think, through, three. Light TH, no vibration in the throat, and dark ones, the, this, that, there, they. And there are the V sounds and the W sound, which is pronounced w. They're very different. And it's very simple to remember, actually. The V sound is the one you make when you see the V. Words spelled with a V are always pronounced with a V sound and not with a W sound, the W sound. So it's Viking, not Viking, and very, not wary, and invade, not invade. And of course, W sound in water, wine, always. The sh sound, often spelled with sh, but sometimes not. For instance, issue, just two s's here, and tension or nation, but still the sh sound. And bonjour, as I've just chosen to call it bonjour sound because it's a French word, not an English word, but there's the zh sound. And it's usually with a very different spelling, often S, pleasure, casual, vision, explosion, equation, regime. While the ch sound, often with a ch, that's ch, but the word chemical, obviously not pronounced chemical. Different spelling here also, as you can see, a spiritual picture, a lot of T's there. The J sound, in English, just pointing out that this letter is called J, and this letter is called G. And you often do get the J sound when you have these in words, although not always, but you can tell here. In some languages, the J is pronounced like a Y, so some people might pronounce this word mayor, but that's incorrect. This is major and majority. And some might pronounce these words with a G sound, but it's oxygen, hydrogen, digital, not digital, agenda, not agenda, right? And sometimes you get even a different spelling with D's here, individual, enduring. And this Z sound, which is my personal favorite, very many words, in a lot of words in English, spelled with an S, but the S is actually pronounced as a Z. So this is eyes, not ice. There are two distinctions there. It's that eyes is pronounced with a Z, but it also has a slightly longer vowel than ice, which is pronounced faster. But anyway, you can see eyes is not ice, and lose is different from loose. Phase is different than face. But all of these words, is, was, as, his, has, does, doesn't, those, these days, cars and movies and songs, a lot of these plural words, plural nouns, and some other, and also obviously words with the Z, freeze, but often the S is pronounced as a Z. And if you really want to master English pronunciation, try to find out where the S is pronounced as a Z and learn it. And now the vowels. Okay, there's the O sound. If you're curious about this letter, this is a letter in the Norwegian language, my original language. This O sound, or, more, door, for, and war, can of course be spelled with different vowels. And the sound, this is funny though, because in Norwegian, Norwegians use the sound but generally in American English in particular, they can't actually pronounce it because they can only pronounce it with an R following it. So you have it in words like girl, bird, sir. They as soon as they say the sound, suddenly they slip to the r. So it's sir, fur, burn, learn, nerd, and were. Notice this word is pronounced differently from where. It's were. And the what I call the short ah sound. Different spelling, but often a u in a short word like cup, luck, fun. It's a short ah sound. If you notice what I'm how I'm pronouncing it, cup, luck, fun, much, done, sun, love, and not necessarily very short words like money, and obviously sunny, for instance. A short ah sound, really. And of course, E sound, sometimes different spelling here because uh, this is ear, and that's different from air. And fear is different from fair. And here, these two different words that mean here, or pronounced here. Not hair. Rear is different from rare, and beer is definitely different from bear. And also different words here. You notice the E here. Wikipedia, not Wikipedia. That's basically how this letter is literally called E in English. In other languages, the E is what in English is called I, which is this. This is the E, right? But in English, this letter is pronounced E. Wikipedia, athlete, ecology, economy, right? And then the air sound. Okay, again, this letter is called E in English, and this one is I. But this obviously is air. For instance, in the word event, or here's some other different spellings. Of course, many, not manny. Area, not area. And the other pairs from what I showed you before: air, not ear; fair, and not fear; hair, and not here. Moving on, the U sound, different spellings there. Often just the letter U. Argument, debut, continuous, therapeutic. This one's a little different here. Therapeutic, January, and February. In American English, at least, the R is pronounced like here. You can't hear the R. It's turned into a U sound. Just February. The I sound. Right and right, pronounced the same way there. Fighter, find, vital. This is, for instance, this is not vital in other languages, right? This I would be thought of as E, so might say vital or profile, but it's vital and profile, and of course mine. And the A sound, like in nature, patriot, and nation, but not in the word national. That's the A sound, not the A sound. So it's nature and not nature. It's patriot, not patriot, right? Only spelled with a or these usually. And some of these different O sounds, basically the oo and the o and the ow. Choose. Often these have two. If there are two O's, often it's oo, but not always. Choose is different from chose, and the ow sound. And for instance, power. It's power, not power. Like not the O sound. It's pow, not O. And hour, of course. And some silent letters as well. And I can here basically silent E, including most words ending in ed, but not ted, and most words ending in es, but not with just as s or z or ces. For instance, this is pronounced covered and defined and planned, not covered and not defined and not planned, right? Looked. If the K it just goes into a T, really. Tried. Figures. A lot of these plural nouns with es at the end, you don't pronounce the e there. It's not figures, it's figures. Cultures. Types. So basically, these e's are all silent then. A silent K in all of these words where a K is directly followed by an N. They can't, in English, generally they don't pronounce K and N together, even though many other languages do. So it's knife and night and not and no and knock. And silent B, often at the end of a word, like numb, for instance, or debt, climb, comb, thumb. And silent W in various words, the word who, obviously, and right, sword, and answer. And silent S in at least these two that I could think of. Island. It's not Eastland, it's island, and isles. And silent P in a few of these Greek words, really, because the PS at least comes from Greek, and in English you do not pronounce P before S like this. It's psyche and psychological. And sometimes the consonant is pronounced differently from of. See, it's not off. The F becomes a V actually, so it's of. And GH becomes F, is pronounced F, and PH pronounced as an F. Phase. And a little bit on a word stress here. Substance. See, I stress sub and then just casually add stance. Substance, not substance. And capable, not capable, right? Capable. Decade. Profitable. Infinite. Democrat. Dictator. Conquer. And content. So all of these words, the first syllable. So sub is a syllable and stance is a syllable. All of these words, the first syllable is stressed. While in these words, on the other hand, it's the following syllable that is stressed. So this is not content. This is content. It's spelled the same as content, as you can see, but if you pronounce it differently, it actually means something else. And concur is different from conquer. Statistics, logistics, opponent, interpret, accomplish, democracy, dictatorship. Always the second, in these words, the second syllable is stressed. This is just to give you a sense of the phonemes. Those are, if you look up in some dictionaries that have phonemes, you can see how to pronounce words, just so you know what to look after, to be looking for, basically. I've basically gone through all of these sounds already. A British pronunciation has a few differences from American pronunciation, though. Basically, these they don't say fear in the standard accent of English, British English. It's fear and fair and poor. They don't pronounce the R in syllable final position. And finally, just a little bit on using this particular website that I enjoy, en.wiktionary.org. That's the dictionary of Wikipedia, basically. So you can go to this website, en.wiktionary.org, for the English Wikipedia's Wiktionary. And if you want to search for something, use this top. Don't use this search field in the middle. Use this one in the top. And to look up a word, for instance, here I just chose choose, so I entered choose, and if you scroll down a bit, you can find pronunciation, and you can get here, for instance, are the correct phonemes, but sometimes you can also have a sound file, so you can actually hit it and listen to it, and you can see how it's pronounced in American English and sometimes also British English. And homophone, that means a word that is pronounced the exact same way. Choose, if there are any possible homophone. List of rhymes. Yeah, and of course a dictionary explanation of what it means, of course. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and my next videos in this introductory course will be, for instance, on American and British geography, so check that out if you're interested.